back to Star Cinemas. I'm Gabriel the Hostman here, and today we're going to be reviewing The Odyssey. It is written and directed by Christopher Nolan, the man himself, that is Sir Christopher Nolan, if we have to say. It stars Matt Damon, Anne Hathaway, Tom Holland, Robert Pattinson, and Zendaya, and Charlize Theron, with John Bernthal, Hamish Patel, Lupita Nyong'o. It's a big ensemble cast here, and I went to go see it last night at the Imax theater up by the AMC, and I just have to say, I just witnessed another flawless masterpiece. That's right. I mean, I gotta say, the Odyssey, what I was witnessing is flawless. It was like I was really stoked on what Sir Christopher Nolan was able to do with this movie. Hey, for those of you that don't know about the Odyssey, it is based on the famous Homer poem from like way back during linear format narrative, and it's like I swear, his adaptation and what Christopher Nolan was able to do, and I'm sure there's been many different adaptations from the past before, but this one in particular, he was able to get this right. And for those of you that don't know about, again, the poem itself, it is basically Odysseus, played by Damon, is the Greek king of Ithaca, undergoes a long and perilous journey out to head home after the Trojan War and encounters mythical beings and obstacles as he attempts to reunite with his wife Penelope, played by Anne Hathaway's character, and his son Tom Holland, who plays the character Telemachus. Basically, it's just a father who's just trying to go on this long journey after the war, go straight home to reunite with his family again. Otherwise, his kingdom will be taken over by the main antagonist, Antinous, played by Robert Pattinson's role. So it's a really simple story, but it's a long, long journey to the way home back to his ancient kingdom at that time. And the Odyssey in general, it is, oh my god, it is incredible filmmaking. I shit you not. When I saw this film in theaters in IMAX, it was fully packed. I recommend you see this in IMAX format or in 70 millimeter, also in IMAX, and beginning of 2026. And I was already stoked when I found out that Christopher Nolan was going to direct the Odyssey. I was immediately on board with it. And now I'm going to address just a little bit of the controversies, but believe me, it's not what you think. I repeat, it is not what you think it is, okay? Some of it is just about, the accents of the dialogue, because it's not ancient Greek or British accents wise, and some of the casting controversies a little bit off, I mean, Ellen Page is not directly, listen, let me just say it is clear. She is not Achilles, okay? She's not Achilles. She plays like a soldier number 5 or Sinan, but it's not Achilles. And Lupita Nyong'o, who's been cast as Helen of Troy. Keep in mind, she plays like dual roles. She plays Helen of Troy and her like twin sister Clementemnestra, you know. But overall, they're not important. Keep in mind, these characters are not important. They're only like 4 minutes of screen time each, and it's mostly like in the background sequence. But overall, they weren't the main characters. The main character is Odysseus himself and Penelope and Telemachus, Damon Hathaway and Holland's character. And also Zendaya plays Athena, the goddess who helps Odysseus is be in his mind after all the flashbacks he goes through along his journey, checking up on him. And what I have to say about this film, it's like, yes, there were some rumors, controversy, and then the trailer was like negative a long time, so which I didn't even think it was negative at the time when the trailer was released. Okay, because look, I trust Christopher Nolan. Okay, this guy's a serious filmmaker. He knows what he's doing. Of course, he would not make a bad film or bad casting choice of it. But I just knew when those actors were casted, I'm like, they're not the main leads. They're gonna be like small parts. And then with the trailer came out, I mean, I do agree. I wish maybe they would have had accents and maybe the dialogue would have been a little bit more historical, not like Shakespearean, but like a historical, like language that sounds like authentic, something like in Gladiator that Ridley Scott would do. But overall, I get it. I get the sense of the writing that Nolan was doing. He was able to take the text from the Odyssey itself and translate it to film, and it is hard though. But reluctantly, I got it. And now this movie has grossed $707.1 million worldwide right now at the box office. It completely defied the trailers, the critics, everybody. Overall, there's some tiny details here and there, but this is one of those films where we were just like, bombastically blind look the other way. Like we kind of bitch lapped at the other way, just like, oh wow, we were wrong. I've had some concerns about the film, but overall, I was in all the way. Home, Anne Hathaway as Penelope, she is an amazing actress. Okay, hey, I mean, she is very faithful to her husband. That her husband will come home looking after her son. She's doing whatever she takes to keep the kingdom on the down low, while Robert Pattinson's character is trying to come up with years, has never seen his father at all since he was his baby, but he has the loyalty, and he's defending his father's the father's honor, that it will soon return home, and that one day he will serve the kingdom one day. There's a lot of like great sequences here too, that Odysseus and his crew encounters to attack them. It is beautifully done. The score by Ludwig Göransson. There's like a huge like drum roll. Like it's building up, building up, building up, almost for like 20 minutes until it actually like hits the arc. Like the suspense build up music that's almost ominous, but it's really like tribal battle sequences that's really going to be very suspenseful. You know, the Cyclops sequence by Bill Irwin with the puppetry, and they shot this at a real location cave. It was really intense, and it's kind of scary, like, but it was mostly like very like intense. But also, I was witnessing cinematic. I mean, the Cyclops looked really real, especially when we saw little snippets of it in the preview. So that was fantastic. There's also like in the forest. That's like cinematic like filmmaking, right? Like with the battle sequences, just fighting their way out of the forest and escaping in onto the boats. Which the boats, by the way, with on the sea sort of boat sequences, especially with the whirlpools and King Tritons, like surviving the hailstorms and all that weather conditions. I could tell, this was a very hard film to make. Even Matt Damon himself said this was like the hardest film he ever made and stuff. I mean, all of the sequences in that movie, I was on the edge of my ice seat. I was really invested throughout the whole film. And you know, it's 3 hours long though. I don't mind long movies, but I just hope, like, as long as I'm still invested to the story, then I'm all at it. I just hope you have a strong bladder to do. Luckily, I didn't. I was in through it. Edible. I mean, the Trojan War with the Odyssey, how it's like it wasn't trying to modernize the audience. It kept the cinema quality, like storytelling from Homer, but it was also showing it from a visual standpoint and from the director. Now let's talk about the cinematography. The cinematography is also like genius filmmaking. It is the first ever movie to be entirely shot in IMAX. I mean, and the sequences. I mean, they had a hard time just to like hoping if it's possible, because I don't know if you guys noticed, but the Odyssey, especially with an IMAX camera, that's like that could take forever to like reload the cameras, and it's also like everything's shot like there's a loud like sort of machine, lawn mowing machine, and they have to reload the camera every 2 minutes. But luckily, hey, thanks to our cinematographer Hoyt Van Hoytema, was able to fix it, and including with the IMAX cameras, making a sort of like Keeley like camera box. Now, for those of you that saw the behind the scenes, the IMAX people were able to make a big like black box, almost sort of like a TV box that you see from the 90s and 80s, was able to harness the sound and do and shoot the film exactly with different like vantage points from different like angles, so the actors would see eye to eye with mirror reflections. I mean, that's genius filmmaking. So I got to give props to the cinematographer and the people at IMAX too. Christopher Nolan knew how to make this movie and how to make the IMAX camera achievable, and he did it. I mean, the guy is a genius. He is a real filmmaker. I mean, him and his screenplays and his producing and his cinematography, the whole crew, they went through a lot just to make that film possible. I mean, it is probably one of the best films he's ever done. And I said that many times before, you know, the Dark Knight trilogy and Oppenheimer, which I know like which I know he's already won the Oscar before. He's already won Best Director to Best Picture, but there's a good 100% chance this will be nominated as well. Like I can imagine he'll win back to back at the Oscars. So, but this is a really amazing quality of film. Now, I don't know if it's gonna age from years from now, but my money's gonna be on that film. That it will age probably 10 years from now, 3 years from now. But it's amazing. Now, let me just talk about a little bit of the cons a bit. Yes, the accents, as I said so before, they're all American accents. I just wish some of them would have used some ancient Greek accent or British accents, just because it just sounds a little bit more royalty-like. And the casting controversy, I mean, yes, I do wish Helena Troy should have been played by maybe Charlize Theron, because she plays the part of Khalid, so which she's great in it. But I always thought they would have got her to play the role. Or as a matter of fact, since this takes place after the events of Troy, if anybody remembers the Brad Pitt film, I always thought maybe it would have been interesting if they like reprised Diane Kruger to replay the role as Helen. And honestly enough, Achilles was never mentioned at all in the film, so don't worry, you're all safe there. So, and I also wish there were more of the sirens creatures attacking, because there is at one point in the film there is a siren sequence here where Odysseus is tied up to a pole, and he has to hear the siren song, and it is freaking like horrific, terrifying, loud. And I just wish we would have seen more of the sirens attacking them on the book, which I think it happens in the book as well. Overall, I loved it all. Now, the cast in general, again, I said this many times. Tom Holland's amazing as Telemachus. I think we should be lucky for him that he's been cast as a Christopher Nolan film. Zendaya did a great job playing as Athena the goddess. John Bernthal as Menelaus. But the one actor who I was really surprised was Hamish Patel, who plays Eurylochus, who is Odysseus' right-hand man. He did a great job. He's also a really good actor, being loyal on Odysseus' side, taking the charge of his crew. He was great in that film. If someone was gonna get a nomination for Best Supporting Actor, he should get at the role. I mean, the cast did well, the movie did well. I really loved this film. I shit you not, it is overall a masterpiece in cinema. It defied the critics and Imax. This is Christopher Nolan's iconic masterpiece film, and he did it. This guy is a real true filmmaker. So for my final grading on this film, I'm going to give it 4.5 out of 5 G stars. Yeah, it's just some little minor notes here and here and some stuff, like I said before in the comments. But overall, this is literally an A minus sort of a film. It's an A 100%, 90% end film already. So there you have it, guys. Go watch the Odyssey here. Don't forget to follow my show at stars_cinemas_hostman. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram at stars_hostman. Please like and subscribe my show. Give a like, give a comment down below. Email me at gflickexperience@gmail.com for any questions or collaborations or comments below. Don't forget to follow my Instagram, as I said. And yeah, let me know what your thoughts about the films. Did you like the film? Did you hate the film? Was there sequences that you like or didn't like? Let me know your thoughts below. So as usual, this is Gabriel the host man saying to you all, good night, everyone.